Hey guys, Cheese here. I'm doing the Terminus for Season 13, the one that's recently been out. This is just my way of doing it. I know there's a lot of better ways of doing it since Sheeta is really good in this season. And I really don't have Sheeta, but I made do with what I have, and I added a new addition to the current the roster I usually use. So in exchange for using a cleanser, because the cleanser is really important for this one, I'm using Lunaris. I use Sierra for the attack buff, and got rid of Darvanshil. And Lario's here replacing Zelnite because I need the extra sparks from BB. And everything else aside from that is generally the same thing. What I want to do is maximize my sparking, so I have everyone running soul generators to produce more brave crystals, and Leg wants everyone to keep them from dying and having overall tanky stats. So this Frontier Hunter for me personally is really tricky. If you don't have Sheeta, it's really difficult to get a lot of points. So what I usually do for the first round is use my defense and my flute so I can spark easily and get as much brave crystal as possible. Since the first room is really tanky for the season, I usually just clear within 4 turns. I won't get the bonus for 3-turn clear, but 4 turns is just as good if you can spark really well. If you can spark really well, it's generally the same amount of points you get as generally the same points as you get from a 3-turn kill. So my objective here is just to get everyone to super brave burst as soon as possible. At that point, I'm able to just keep sparking continuously. I want to make sure I get both of them generally low, so I'm just going to split my damage off to keep them roughly around the same health points. So they're around the 70% health mark. I can do 2 more turns here and I should be fine. So yeah, everyone here is at super brave burst again, so I should be able to live from the rest of these. Cleansing is really, like, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like using cleanse in Frontier Hunter, but my first run of doing Terminus, I was heavily status ailed, and I had to use all my potions, and I still had like 1 person disabled, so it's really difficult this season without a cleanser. I'd recommend using one that's not Lunaris like Ukina or Xfel. If you have one of those, use them. If not, then just make do with whatever you have. So this one, I'm just gonna use my heavy spark combo, which is use Lario. Lario is so good here because the recent buffs for a 6-star made him so his super brave burst hits 40 times. That's the current highest amount of super brave burst you can hit. Super brave burst hits out. Alright, so right here they should get pretty low, but they shouldn't die here though. Ideally you don't want them to die. You want to get them as slow as possible right here so you can finish them off later for the overkill bonus points. So yeah, as you can see, Fiora's pretty low. That's generally where I want her to be. Lower is fine, but if you're around like where the end of the tail is, right here for the dragon, then you're in a good place. That's around the 10% HP mark. And at that point you can just overkill them if you want. So yeah, like I've said earlier, this Frontier Hunter is really cheesy because there's a good chance that you're gonna have a unit die at least once here. The reason why I say this is because back then they didn't have like Fiora or like Orna or Arden as elemental type changers, so even with damage mitigation on, you'll still be taking a lot of damage because of the resistance that the elemental weakness they have on your units, which is really bad. So I take defense here, usually just to spark, but there's more reasons now because I need the defense potion in order to survive some rounds. Alright, so here I got a lot of points here. I usually get like around 130,000, but since I probably sparked really well in this one, I got that many points. So right here I'm going to do the same combo. This is the best combo I have for getting sparks, because I'm doing 40 hits to 33 hits to 30 hits to 26 hits to 24 to 15. You don't have to do it like my way. This is also a good way for using to apply everyone's buffs, because here I'm doing my Brave Crystal. Doesn't really matter because I'm here for sparks. You have crit after Maxwell, then spark buff, attack buff, which is really all you need for maximum damage. And since my Lario isn't that strong yet, he's just 2000 attack, I think. He's just there to as a foundation for sparks. He's not there for real damage output. The real damage output is from the rest of my team. So I really love this stage. You guys will see why. So right here, you think that, oh, I'm probably gonna kill him in 2 turns, but I won't, because Alimo gives heals everyone, as well as gives damage mitigation on for 1 turn. So right here, you shouldn't be afraid to spark like your craziest sparks with the most damage output, because they probably won't die solely because they have damage mitigation on. I'll show you guys. So right here, they're around 50% health. So I'm gonna pop my same combo again, and they should all live with like around 20% health left. That's really good, because now you won't be afraid to kill them or accidentally kill them, and you can also be maximizing your spark points here without having to cut off any of your units using sparks. Yeah, see, so like their health are barely going down. It's going down really little. So even though that was my strongest sparks combo, I did like half health, if anything. So I wanted to get them slightly lower, but I didn't do that much damage, so I'm fine with it, because I'll just kill him this round, but I won't get as much overkill points, which is pretty bad, but I'm not too worried about that since I'm getting a lot of sparks points anyways. So doing the same combo again. Since Frontier Hunter nerfed a lot of changes, since like elemental weakness got nerfed, the best way now is just sparks or overkill. And since I'm not too comfortable overkilling the enemy units for Terminus, I'm using this pure sparks. Just kill everything in 3 turns and just spark like crazy. That's the best way for me to approach this Terminus. And I recommend doing this for a lot of newer users, because I'm pretty sure new users wouldn't have the units to overkill extremely hard, so using sparks is just a good replacement. Alright, so the past few runs I've done, this room has been really tricky because my Sierra usually dies here, because I don't know why, but they just AoE spam like crazy. So I'm not going to take this risk. I'm going to pop a defense potion here, and then just do my regular combo here. Like, this is my first time using a defense potion, because every single attempt I tried so far, I think around 70% of the time my Sierra dies for like unknown reasons. She's literally like so squishy, since she has no imps on her currently, because I had got her like 1 or 2 weeks ago. She's fairly new unit to me, and I just don't have the imps to supply her yet. But I will soon though. And Lunaris doesn't have any imps either, or Lario. I mean, which is really good, because for Spark Team, you're not here to like overkill, you're here to just spark a lot. And since you'll be sparking a lot while doing little damage, then you just kill everyone in 3 turns, which is pretty good for you. Alright, so this is the part where I just pray that I survive. My Sierra survives at least, because she tends to die here a lot. Because like the new stages for Terminus now, they either attack single target damage or they use AoE. And sometimes, if you're really unlucky, they just AoE like 4 times in a row. Like right here, just AoE. I didn't take too much damage here because I popped the defense potion, and I got really lucky because they didn't focus my Sierra. But generally, they usually do that, and it just screws you over because you lose that 5,000 or 10,000 points, I can't remember, from death, and you may also lose 20,000 points for using an item, which is really bad. I mean, I personally used an item already just solely because I don't want to lose the 5,000. points from death. It's just a precaution item. So right here, I'm hoping Lily doesn't die. I think I screwed it up though, because I think I did too much damage here. Yeah, I did too much damage here, which is really bad. I should have slowed that down a bit, but I think I should be fine still. Oh god. That was like bare minimum of killing her. I should have slowed that down. That was my fault. So ideally you want to keep them both alive, just so you can get the multi-kill bonus, but since I killed Lily already, it doesn't really matter. Well, I think I'll still get my milestone right here after this stage should be around 600,000. If I can get that, that'd be really awesome. But if not, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I can still get a lot of points here. I mean, I usually average around 1,650,000. I mean, that's like average, I guess. Not like spectacular, like some people hitting like 2 millions, but I don't have Sheeta, so I'm not really worried about like getting like 2 million points or whatever. Alright, so right here, that was really low points. I think I can redeem myself from the other stages because they have like 3 or more enemies. But I'm like 600,000 behind, so that's pretty bad. But whatever. But if you guys have like status changers, that's really good. Like ideally, I wanted to change Maxwell for like Orna, but Orna doesn't have like 33 hits, which is the problem. I think it might be around the same points because I am getting the thunder and fire element points, but oh well. I like Maxwell more because at least my Maxwell is imp, so she survives better, and my Orna is not. But I did use her for my first 3 runs though to get maximum points from just overkills. Alright, doing the same combo again. I used it there for a second, that was bad. Oh, and this stage is sometimes it can be bad because Jonah can just spam AoE like she is right now. And if she does it 4 times in a row, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah, so Lunator is probably gonna die here. Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like this, like the new Terminus is so dumb because you can just get RNG like that like crazy. It's insane. It doesn't even matter if you have damage mitigation on. You just like get your health just get ripped through like crazy. That's what you call bad RNG for this stage. I mean this Terminus. So like you can just pray that you can just kill everything. Like the best way of doing this is the 1-turn kill because then your enemy units can attack you. But since I'm not comfortable doing that, I'm just going to take the 3 turns one and just like risk having one of my units die randomly, which is really bad. Because right there I just lost like 25,000 points from just using an item and losing my Lunaris. So right there, I usually have around 700,000, so I'm like 45,000 behind. But right here, I can get a lot of points solely because now there's like 3 enemies instead of like 1 or 2, so I can just spam like crazy with my Spark team. Oh, also another note, why I'm using Sierra is that she hits 26 times, whereas the Revanchal Super Brave Burst hits like 13 times, and her BB fill is much easier to handle. So yeah, that's another good reason why she's an awesome unit for this Frontier Hunter season. Alright, so I'm praying here to get around 60% health. Alright, so that's kind of good, I guess. Actually, that's pretty bad. Right here, I think I'm gonna cut off using Caro and Lunaris Super Brave Burst. In this stage, there's nothing tricky about it. They don't really hurt like the last couple stages. So you'll be fine here, as long as you have damage mitigation on. Alright, so right here, I'm probably gonna approach it. I'm probably gonna do this here. I'm probably gonna use these four to attack, and then we'll see how the rest goes. I don't think these four should be able to kill them. I could be wrong though. I'm hoping it doesn't, but you never know. So I'm gonna attack Amelia with Caro and Lunaris and try to get her low. So right here, I just hope that they don't kill Priscilla or Ferris. I want to get them to around 10% health. Alright, good. So that's pretty good here. Ideally, I didn't want to do too much damage my first turn because now I'm missing out on like 2 sparks from Caro and Lunaris. But I mean, it doesn't affect me too much because I'm probably gonna get the overkill here too. And since these guys hit a lot, I probably lost out like what, 5,000, 10,000 points there from not using Caro and Lunaris. So it's not too big of a deal. So right here, I can just go nuts again and just spark like crazy with these guys. Remember, for your last turn, for your third turn, you want to apply as much damage as possible. So hit him with your best and your strongest combo so you get the overkill points. Yeah, so as you can see, my old record is 1.7 million. I think my last season was like 1.75. So yeah, I say this season's harder too, just because I have more casualties in this Terminus compared to last. So my milestone here is around 1 million. I want 1 million ideally. If I can get that, that'd be awesome. So I'm like 28,000 off, not too bad. So yeah, I would have had more if I hadn't had the casualties, but it's not too big of a deal. So right here, I'm gonna do the same combo. Oh, so this stage is really RNG. I forgot to use my defense potion. I'm just gonna pray now that I can survive the next 2 rounds, because this stage in particular is really RNG. Like, the amount of damage this stage can put out is ridiculous. Like, I've seen so many people like this die randomly on the stage because they have this team right here for this stage does so much damage. You'll see why. Like, if Arden does a Super Brave Burst the first turn, your team is pretty much screwed. If he AoEs your team down and applies the Dark and Light buff, your team is just basically screwed. So like right here. So I'm just gonna pray now that Lunaris survives, because right here they're gonna do so much damage. I do not know why this stage in particular does so much damage. It's ridiculous. I got lucky here because I didn't spam AoE, but like Jonah from the 4th stage, they get spam AoE like 4 times and then your team just dies. It just gets wiped immediately. It's like ridiculous. That's why like in this part in particular, the stage is like really annoying. But if I can pull this through, I may be able to redeem myself from the 20,000 points from not using an item, which is really good. That's what I'm aiming for, and hopefully I can get. So there's like crazy lag on my screen right now because there's so much sparks being made. It's ridiculous. If possible, I want to turn off the sparks animation or just like the crystal drops in general, because like I produce so many crystals, it's insane. Like if possible, I want to turn it off just so like I can prevent this lag from happening. Alright, so if I can survive this turn, it'll be really good for me. Hopefully I can. We'll see. Alright, so that's one AoE there. Just gonna pray. Alright, that's another AoE. Oh god, that one hurts. Alright, so the other two stopped attacking. That's really good. Alright, so that's really good for us. We got really lucky here. Because usually, one of my units die. Like, usually Elza, Maximo, or Lunaris dies here. But luckily right here I didn't die, so I saved the 20,000 points here. Which is really good. I really needed that so badly because of the casualty I had earlier from I can't remember what stage it was. I think it was the Jonah stage? Yeah, the Jonah stage. I got really RNG there, which is really bad. I guess this way of RNG is a way of telling me that I feel bad for you for killing one of your units off on the 4th stage, so we're gonna have you just wipe this stage in particular, the hardest stage in my opinion, the hardest stage in this Terminus. So I'm just gonna heal up everyone right here. Hopefully I can get a lot of points. Alright, that's like okay. I don't think I'm gonna score a lot this time. I think I'm going for like, I think this Terminus we're gonna get like 1.62 million points, or this orb in particular. I mean, I screwed up a couple times, so it's to be expected, but whatever. So, for Mifune stage, it's not too hard if you have damage mitigation on. Like, this guy does like no damage to you. I'll show you in a bit. So the first attack he does is just a one sweep hit. Like literally just one hit. And if you have damage mitigation on, like it does like no damage to you. See like that, you have damage mitigation on, does like no damage. And the next hit he does is just a weaker AoE of it. And it just removes your buffs. That's about it. And by that time, he's like, if he gets to his 3rd turn, it's when he does the strongest hit. But at that point, he's already dead, so he won't be able to do any damage to you if you're able to kill him on his 3rd turn. So I'm slowing it down here a bit because he was at 50% health after the 1st turn. I want to do this just so I don't kill him. I think I may screw up everyone's Steward Brave Burst here, but I don't think it matters too much. Alright, yeah, so it's just Lunaris who didn't have Super Brave Burst. Not that big of a deal. Yeah, so right here, he just removes everyone's buffs. And then after that turn, he does his strongest hit. Which I heard is, doesn't even do a lot if you have damage mitigation on. So even if I don't kill him in 3 turns, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even do a lot of damage. But I will kill him on 3 turns, so it doesn't really affect me here. So I screwed up pretty hard on this Frontier Hunter run. It's not to say that you guys can do well too. I mean, you guys can do really well on this one too. I just screwed up a lot just because of bad RNG, and like a lot of my units aren't imped yet. And usually before this run, I used Zeld Knight in replace of Lario, and I got like roughly around the same points. So this is really low right here. I should get like 1.47 or something. So if lucky, we get 1.6. If not, then whatever. Alright, so that was really low points. Oh my gosh, that was like so low. Alright, so whatever. So that's where I'm ranked right now. I don't think I'm gonna get HR4 this season, just because I'm like screwing up like crazy and I don't have a Sheeta. So it's whatever for me. So yeah, aside from that crappy guide, thank you guys for watching, and if somehow you still enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe if you want that fancy junk. And I'll see you guys next time.